6 win here in downtown Dallas. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. And for the Detroit Pistons, they come into tonight's game after the loss to Orlando. So Dallas will get the first possession. And Jokic slams it in.
Griffin had a chance to score that one, but he saw a teammate wide open, so he kicked it to him for a nice one.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Kyrie Irving is out there with Smith. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Jabari Parker. And it's Barnes at the 3. Inside. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Irving. Parker, a screen on Jackson. To the middle. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Irving. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Reggie Jackson. And Kyrie Irving keeps that ball on a string, but coach has asked him to be quicker on the attack, Steve, not over-dribbling to set up his man.
Yeah, this league is moving away from one-on-one scoring and isolation plays. For the great scorers, it's often a temptation to take your time to pick your defender apart. The problem is it allows weak-side defenders a chance to get set.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And the dunk by Parker.
Nice recognition by Kyrie. Caught the defense napping and found the open teammate.
Jackson kicks to Jokic. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Dallas on defense. Parker with a clean look. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Parker's got his second basket.
And the way Irving scores, that's what you're thinking defensively. Then he beats you with a pass.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Lopez. Irving kicks to Parker. Kept alive. Barnes outside. To the paint. 4 on the clock. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Detroit shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
Poked loose and stolen by Barnes. Smith for 3. Up again. And Parker stays with it. Parker's got 7 points. Prince outside. Pass to Jokic. To the middle. Griffin pass to Jokic. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. And it's sent back by Irving. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Lopez, a screen on Jackson. Out to Parker. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. 10 points for him.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Barnes dishes to Parker. Over in the corner, Barnes unloads. Prince with the defensive effort. Mavericks trailed by 7. Jokic kicks to Griffin. And it goes down 2 points.
You got to feed Griffin the basketball. He has it going so far down in the low block.
Parker, a screen on Jackson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
When you talk about scores in the NBA, Kyrie Irving is right up there. With his ball handling and shot-making ability, he can dazzle you.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And Kyrie's creativity, hitting jumpers off the dribble, finishing around the rim. What a great handle. It makes him special to watch.
I totally agree. His dribbling ability and finishing around the rim with either left or right, he is so skilled. He makes highlights every time he touches the ball. I call him the bus driver.
Oh, I like that. The bus driver. I like that, Smitty. Good one. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
The reason why is you like to get value every time down the floor, but that does take a lot of discipline.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. 7-point differential. And it's Hill penetrating. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Length and agility of Hill, finding the angle to finish.
And George Hill with an uptick in scoring in recent years. Smitty, do you like that mindset?
You know I do, Kevin, especially for him. He's not a pure point guard as far as vision, but he's an efficient scorer. Putting up points is the best way for him to impact the game offensively.
Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. The feed to Gibson. Dallas moving the ball around. Puts it up from 17. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Irving with a clean look. But they get it back. Barnes outside. On the wing, Irving. Buries it from three-point range. Irving's got 6 points.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
Left side, Gibson. Here's Baines. Rebound, Detroit. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Lopez, a screen on Hill. Irving passes to Barnes. J.R. Smith on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Smith again missing.
And, you know, he's got the ability, but the question is that really the best shot you can get?
Certainly not the high percentage look, but we don't know what the game plan is calling for. That might be it.
Now, here is Irving. He has 6. Parker outside. Over in the corner, Barnes. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Crawford dishes to Hill. To the inside. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Hill. Gibson's got his first bucket in this one.
Nice dime to the open man. George Hill, more of a combo guard, making things happen right there.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. Right back after this break. The second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
I mean,
every NBA player, Steve, believes in themselves, but some take it to the extreme. When they're on, they're on. When they're off and cold, they just kind of lose interest, it seems. Which players do you think have this irrational confidence, if you want to call it that?
I think J.R. Smith, every shot, any shot, anywhere he feels it's going in, and he will still take shots. He has amnesia. He could be 0 for 10 and keep shooting the basketball. Jamal Crawford is another guy. Those guys, they keep firing. Damian Lillard, they will keep shooting because they feel the next shot is going in.
Here are the 5. Detroit has to start the second quarter. Harrison Barnes is out there at Jabari Parker. Then there's Irving. And it's Smith. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot. Irving kicks to Parker. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Parker for the 3. And it's Parker again missing.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
And that is in Blake Griffin's DNA, dunking on guys.
Irving kicks to Barnes. Back to Irving. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Irving's got 9.
Yeah, you see the killer instinct. He's going for the death blow.
True story. They've got a monster lead that's taking a life of its own.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Mavericks trail by 10. Jackson passes to Hield. Prince kicks to Jokic. Down low. Griffin down low. He's against Parker. Griffin's shot is off. And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular, and with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Smith outside. 5 on the clock. Irving kicks to Lopez. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists here tonight.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And Griffin sends it back. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin. Mavericks on D, trailing by 10. Irving dishes to Lopez. Buries the 7-footer.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, every so often a team will have a home game and see their stadium flooded with fans for the away team. Happens when a especially good, popular team is playing a team kind of in a bad part of their schedule, or maybe just in a bad part of their development. Smitty, do players notice when this happens, and does it bother them at all?
Yeah, players notice it. It does bother you. It happened to me when in the Chicago Bulls era. You hear people cheering more for Michael Jordan than their own players. It's because people love to see winners. People have their favorite players. And a lot of people right now look at it as they want to come see their favorite player. As a player, you just got to go out, beat Michael Jordan, go out and win, and usually the fans will turn into your favorite.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for Dallas. Picked by Griffin. There's the dish to Bellinelli. And it's sent back by Lopez.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And that's his 3rd foul. The chance you take leaving him in with 2. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Lopez a screen. Irving drives in. Out to Parker. Shoots the 3. Cans it from downtown. Parker's got 15 points.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And so here is Dallas. Healed the pass to Jokic. And he trims the lead to single digits. 10 points for him.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Irving from long range. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. That's 12 points for Kyrie Irving.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
Dallas calls timeout. And pretty much every NBA player grew up playing multiple sports. Smitty, which other sports did you play as a kid growing up? And did you think maybe that would have helped you playing basketball later on?
You know, Kevin, I tried football, and it definitely helped me in basketball because I said, no, this is not for me. So let me put all my emphasis in basketball. Taking those hits, I just wasn't built for that. And after that, I ran cross country because you had to do two sports in my high school to be able to play one. I didn't like that either, but I think cross country really helped me with basketball.
But I can see where a lot of other sports could help with footwork and hand-eye coordination and right on down the line.
Yeah, soccer I think is number one. I watched Tony Parker, the way his movement, playing soccer. My son right now is playing soccer, Hakeem Olajuwon. I think that's the sport that coincides the best with basketball.
I would agree. Pistons leading by 14. Smith kicks to Irving. Out to Parker. Pistons passing it around. 4 on the clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. And here's Barnes for 3. The shot off that time. Prince with the defensive effort. Grant kicks to Bellinelli. Jokic with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Irving for 3. Detroit with a fresh 24. Parker dishes to Barnes. Outside Irving. Lopez sets a screen for Irving. Over Hill. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
Here's Prince. And he banks in the layup.
I love the effort there. Refuses to give up on that play.
Inside. Takes a 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so it's the Detroit Pistons enjoying a 12-point lead as they... We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Pistons leading by 12. And for the Mavericks, clearly the rebuild, Greg, has begun.
Yeah, but they made good use of their picks. They brought in more youth and signed their building blocks. The franchise isn't used to rebuilding, but they are approaching it, I think, the right way.
We've got Prince. Hield is out there with Jackson. Then there's Griffin. And it's Tavares in the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is, Greg, when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure, and one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
Clock at 6. And Parker with the basket on the assist by Irving. Irving's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Barnes. And Detroit again with the bucket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Dallas calls timeout.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Jokic has checked in for the Mavericks. Mavericks trailed by 14. Passes to Prince. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And how about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
And the Bad Boy Pistons, perhaps the greatest group this franchise has put together, and also one of the most memorable in the history of the NBA. Smitty, you played against some of those guys. What was that like?
Well, first of all, Kevin, I got a chance to grow up in Detroit, watching these guys, being around them, being able to practice. I mean, they were a total tight group. They had some great characters in Lambeer and Rodman and Sally and Dumars and Isaiah and the Microwave. But they played extremely hard, and obviously the style of play was defense, rebound, and put you on your butt.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Irving passes to Lopez. Barnes against Prince. Here's Lopez. From 17 feet out. That one drops for him. Irving's got 14 points.
I mean, unstoppable. No matter what your defensive game plan is, Kyrie has a way to beat it.
Hits it from three-point range. And that's 13 points for Blake Griffin.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
The kick out to Barnes. Parker outside. The Mavericks pull it in.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Jackson.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
The kick out to Barnes. Nailed from three-point land. Barnes has got his second basket of the game.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
Hield kicks to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Smith outside. Back to Irving. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 17 points for Kyrie Irving.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Pistons leading by 13. Griffin with the steal. Jackson drives in. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Irving. Detroit's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
That's his 4th foul of the evening. He needs to be careful now. Pick and choose where to be aggressive.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Dallas. Bellinelli comes in for Taurean Prince.
Well, we know he's been confident with the shot. A big reason why they're ahead in this game.
Up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
You know, Stephen, I think of Stan Van Gundy, I think of versatile, because we all know he's the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, but he's in charge of all their personnel moves, too. This guy's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, he does. I mean, when you start to look at it, he's wearing two hats. And one thing, he's doing a good job trying to run his organization from a management standpoint and also from a coaching standpoint. So far, so good for Stan.
Hield with it. He's picked up by Irving. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw. A different look for Dallas. Taj Gibson's checked in for Jokic. Jordan Crawford comes in for Hield. And it's Hill in for Jackson.
And the Pistons last season, a very strong team on the defensive end. The top 10 in the league, in large part due to their closeouts and rebounding.
And the rebounding of the Pistons, something that is very hard to deal with. The franchise has always put defensive effort at the forefront of what they want to do.
Yeah, when you think of all the successful teams in Detroit history, they all play not just defense, tough defense. This group has work to do, but they are on their way. I wouldn't be surprised if this group can be at the top of the NBA in the charts as far as defense.
On its way from Irving for two. The rebound by Gibson.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Okay. And he makes both free throws.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Makes it off the glass. 21 points for Kyrie Irving.
He is so good around the rim. Kyrie with an array of finishes in there. Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
What a performance. Three quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. Mavericks trail by 9. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And Detroit looking at who they've got. We've got Robin Lopez. Jabari Parker is up there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Irving. And it's Smith in at the two-guard spot.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Irving dishes to Lopez. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Pistons lead by 9. Right side, Griffin. Dallas moving the ball around. And that one's good, Jokic.
No one rotating over to help on the mismatch. Easy lay-in.
Irving kicks to Lopez. Lopez is screen on Jackson. Out to Smith. Good on the three-point shot.
Deadly from beyond the arc. JR cannot be left alone.
The drive by Jackson. Lays it up off the glass.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Irving kicks to Lopez. And the call up against Jokic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Dives for it. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Shot clock at 6. Irving kicks to Lopez. It's stolen by Hield.
And there it is on a night when he's been so efficient handling the basketball. That's his first real mistake.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Detroit leading by 8. Here's Irving. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent and in a much higher percentage.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Lopez sets a screen for Irving. Lopez passes to Irving. Three-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in. Prince has got 4 rebounds in this game. Jackson gets the bucket.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
And stolen by Prince. Now it's Griffin running. Here he goes, sailing in. And Jokic slams it in.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer.
And we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
That could be a game changer. That jam just sent shockwaves through the arena.
And that one's good. Parker.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Here's Griffin over Parker. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jabari Parker.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well, drawing fouls.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under.
Mavericks making a switch here. Grant's checked in. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy told the team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Pulls up. Smith dishes to Lopez. Jackson against Irving. He feeds it to Parker. Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Parker's shot is off. Mavericks trailed by 6. And here's Prince outside. Fires the 3. Here's Grant. And it's sent back by Lopez. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. 1:43 left in the 4th quarter. Irving against Jackson. Irving kicks to Parker. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
Smith outside. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Parker. Shoots over Grant. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Mavericks trailed by 6. Now Jackson. Picked by Griffin. Prince outside. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them. .107 left in the 4th quarter. Jackson again. Irving. Feeds it to Smith. Back to Irving. He kicks it to Lopez.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
I'll tell you this, if Kyrie can just stay healthy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish in this league.
Jokic has checked in for Grant.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Free throw, good. Jokic.
He thrives in these big moments. He's always ready to help put the game away.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
Irving with the steal. To the paint. Parker passes to Irving. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Hill's checked in.
Every little bit helps. Outstanding work hitting those free throws.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's sent back by Irving. Jokic nails it. And now they trail by just 4.
This is why you like to get him touches. He makes things happen.
Parker dishes to Irving. On the wing, Barnes. Pass to Lopez. Kicks it to Irving. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Locking down the W. It's got to feel good to him right now.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Smith. And the call up against Jokic. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. And the Mavericks call time here. What's your take, guys?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole. It's hard to climb out of.
You know, this part of the game, focus on good execution. The rest will take care of itself.
And so the Pistons take the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
Dio mi parla nel